and welcome back to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cars 3 Lightning McQueen color changer, who of course goes from yellow to red. So let's get started with the review. The color changer versions of McQueen usually go from yellow to red. That's the one that they usually go with. Although there have been other ones. There was a Cars 2 one that went from red to black, but there was also a Cars 2 one that went from yellow to red. There was a Cars 1 version that went from yellow to red. So it's definitely expected that they would go back to yellow to red for McQueen. I guess it's just easiest, what's easiest for them to do with the colors. Very nice artwork as per usual with these guys with the new color changers. I absolutely love that background and a very nice edited picture of McQueen where half of him is yellow and the other half is red. Of course he's being splashed with water there. Then of course we have the water down here underneath him. Got the Cars logo up there, and I really like how this looks with the cold and hot water up here. That's what it's representing at least. This side is cold, that side is hot. Got the Color Changers logo there, and of course 2 and 1 written down at the bottom with the yellow and red. On the back we just have the prototype images of McQueen here. You can tell that they're the prototype ones because the eyes are much bigger. The prototype version of Cars 3 McQueen, and this is true for the actual diecast as well, he had much larger eyes, as you can see there on the Cars 3 poster. I find the little changes between the regular versions of the diecasts and the prototype photos, the product photos they use, really interesting. So maybe I'll do a video on that in the future. As you can see, cold water changes the color, warm water changes it back, and all of these additional instructions on the bottom. So let's get this guy out of the package. Of course, we'll take a look at him, and then we will test out how his color changing works. And we'll also compare his shade of red to that of the regular Cars 3 McQueen. We'll see if he turns to a color accurate to the original. It's kind of been hit or miss for that with the color changers. Paul Conrev is a much brighter white than the regular Paul Conrev. Cruz is a bit of a paler yellow, and that all comes down to, you know, the plastic being used for these guys. So here is McQueen. It's a very interesting shade of yellow, kind of a dark yellow. It would be cool to have a yellow McQueen on my shelf though. But yeah, kind of a bit of a darker yellow almost. Definitely not all that vibrant. We've got Rusty's Medicated Bumper Ointment, rear end formula written there. Just your usual Cars 3 McQueen expression. With the 95 underneath the light. The lucky stickers on the sides. The bolts, just like with Bobby Swift, they are molded into the diecast, which is a really nice touch. On the side, we've got, of course, the 95, the Flaming Lightning Bolt, Piston Cup, Octane Gain, RPM, Revolting, and Clutch Aid there as the secondary sponsors. And he has his signature up here even. Really nice touch. They really do put a lot of effort into the color changers nowadays. The earlier ones definitely were not as detailed. Got a 95 up top here. I definitely have to go and get some of the earlier color changers. I should buy some of those online just to compare them, see how they work all these years later. Got Rusty's written down there with the gas cap. Rusty's written on the spoiler. And for those of you wondering, I did have some color changers years ago. I had some from the original batch, but I have since decided to repaint all of them. A few years ago I decided I'm not using these, and I repainted all of them. I didn't have that many rare ones. I didn't have any of the rare ones though, so I was fine with repainting them, I guess. We got Rusty's written on the back. You can barely see the Medicated Bumper Ointment writing down there. Of course, those should be able to be seen more when he is changed to red. We also have this very interesting knob sticking out above the back light there. I don't know if that's an error with mine, if that's on all of them, and if so, what it's supposed to represent. I don't know. It might just be an error, but it's definitely pretty weird. There is the other side, and there is his base. So now let's get some water and test out this guy's color changing. Oh, interestingly, he's got a copyright date of 2017. That's interesting. So now we have our hot water and cold water. Once again, the cold water is going to change McQueen to a red, and the warm water is going to change him back to yellow here. So, of course, I have the actual Cars 3 McQueen, and this one is pretty accurate to it. The only thing that I could really find that was noticeably different is the 95 is definitely further away from the headlight on the color changer compared to the regular variant, but that really isn't all that much. So, Let's dunk this guy into the red water and see what happens. Alright, very nice. Very, very similar color to the fabulous Mcqueen color changer when he is in his red mode. Hold on, missed a spot there. But it definitely looks really nice. Bit of a different red than the normal version of Mcqueen, but I really like the shade of red that it turns to. So now let's put this guy back into the yellow. There we go. Changes back to that yellow. I know the red is bleeding through. I gotta put him back in for a bit longer. The yellow of this Mcqueen really reminds me, the red is still there, it's bleeding through again. The yellow of this Mcqueen really reminds me of one of the old Mini Adventures cars, which was Mcqueen as a firefighter. He was all yellow. I can't get the red off of the spoiler here. You know what, we'll dip him back into the red one more time. Just go halfway on that. And there you go. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. Definitely really like how this guy turned out. I really like it when color changers don't just change what shade of the color they are, they just completely change colors. So I really like how this guy turned out. See you guys next time. Bye now.